I like your background.
What's my background? Oh,
An
yeah.
open closet.
An open closet. Oh, yeah. I guess I should close that. Thank you.
There we go.
Welcome to my chaos.
Welcome to mine. I moved my recliner into my kids' room
Oh, did you?
so I would have privacy. I wouldn't be interrupted.
That's why there's all that pink
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. Cool. All right. So I'm going to be using, that client information form. I'm going to be using that to kind of record. So I'll be typing from time to time as I
Okay.
just kind of keep track of that stuff. So what is up?
What is up? Well, I've been having skin issues lately. Like my eczema flared up really bad recently. And also I get like pins and needles all over my body just randomly. Anton says it's like psychological. Like when I'm afraid of something, then it usually shows up.
You think that that's true?
I think so. Yeah.
Is there a particular emotion that you think that is, or that's just stress in general?
I think it's unexpressed anger, actually.
Anger? Okay. And do you think
Because
that's the same about the skin too?
I think so.
Uh-huh.
Like I've done like meditation and like asking what it's about, and that's like kind of the answer I get back is unexpressed emotion or disowned negative emotion. Like it seems to be affecting all areas of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I want to tell stories to people, then I do it from a very disassociated viewpoint, like with no details. It's hard for me to be authentic with the public. Like when I want to be like marketing and, being my true, authentic, vulnerable self, then, I don't know, if I'm not feeling like great, then
Uh-huh.
I feel like if I show that any kind of negative emotion or negative side of myself, that I'll be rejected or thought of as a fraud or
So
something like
this is
that.
a big step for you doing this today.
Well, I'm trying to be
Yeah.
authentic and vulnerable.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so like
So
growing up, fear and guilt were encouraged
encouraged.
in the cult that I grew up in.
Oh, yeah.
And in my home, and anger and sadness were discouraged, very much so.
Yeah. So what did you do with it?
What did I do with the anger and sadness?
Yeah.
I think it's just somewhere trapped in my body, disowned, disassociated, I don't know, stuck in a box somewhere.
So in the work that you've done in the past, because you've done a fair bit of work, right?
Yeah, I've done a lot of work about the fear of rejection.
Yeah. So have you looked at that anger in your body? Have you kind of paid attention to where that might be?
No.
Okay. Cool. So anger and sadness. So anger is number one, though.
Well, I have a lot of boundary issues, especially with my one kid, my youngest kid. Yeah, like, so she like gets into my bubble and like, well, like the other day she had this laundry basket and she like put it over my head and was like pressing down, and like she was playing and it was hurting me, and like I just started crying, but I didn't like push it away or anything.
Right.
And I didn't like say with my words to stop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I would think, yeah, like if anger is to protect your boundaries, then I think that is somehow lost.
Yeah. So any specific events in your past do you think that have triggered this, or is it a combination of just a whole bunch of stuff?
Oh, it's probably a combination.
Yeah. And as you think of it, is there any ones that stand out?
Hmm. I mean, it seems a little bit silly. In the house that I lived in when I was around 10 years old, um, the family was going to have ice cream after supper, and I had done something wrong, or I don't know, I don't remember what it was, but I remember I was sent down to the basement to get the ice cream from the freezer, and on the way down I like let out this growl, like just like a frustrated like "Rrr!" And then when I came up, I was not allowed to have ice cream.
Mm-hmm. All right. And how did you make sense of that?
That it wasn't okay to express outwardly
Right.
any sort of frustration.
Anything. Yeah. You just had to be a good kid.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what kind of resources were present when you were growing up that you had to, role models, or um, uh, skills that you had, that strengths that you had?
Strengths that I had growing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I was the oldest of 10 kids, and I was very like, my dad called it merciful. We were in this cult, so that was the word that he used. So there were like different, I guess, types, and there was this prophet type, which is more like authoritarian, which he was, and then there was this mercy type, which my mom and I were.
Uh-huh.
And he always like said it in a bad way, like if we ever like cried or something, then he would be like, you're such a mercy. Or if we ever felt sorry for someone else or had empathy for someone else, he would be like, you're such a mercy.
So it wasn't healthy to be merciful? Like that wasn't a good thing?
In his opinion, it wasn't a good thing.
In the cult's opinion, was it?
In the cult's opinion, it was just like a personality trait.
Hmm. So there's no judgment about it. It's just you're either this or that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So how about role models
Like as a like
as a
little
child?
kid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, throughout up to your young adulthood.
Well, that's a lot of years.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, well, growing up in a cult, we were not allowed to associate with anybody who believed differently than my parents.
Right.
So the families that we were interacted with, they also, had strict discipline and abused their kids and all
Right.
that. So if I talked to my friends about it, it was normal. And,
Yeah.
you know,
So when did you break away? When were you able to connect with the outside world?
um, when I was 13, we moved to Manitoba, started going to a church. It was a cultish church, but I met my ex there, and I was 14, he was 21, and my dad was afraid that I would get pregnant or something, but he hadn't taught me about the birds and the bees or anything, so whatever. So because he was afraid of that, he sent me away to boarding school in the States for the cult girls boarding school.
Uh-huh.
And right before I left for that boarding school, there was this lady from my church who took me out for ice cream and told me I was a good person. And so that was the first time that I believed I was a good person. Before that, I believed the label that my parents gave me, which was rebellious.
So did you actually believe it when she told you?
Yeah, I remember that was the first time that I felt I was a good person when she said it, because she said it a lot, and
Uh,
she told me all sorts of stories and showed me parts about myself, and
and she was like a friend in the community that you moved out of when you went to the boarding school?
she was a member of the church that we
Oh,
close.
right.
I hadn't really had contact with her before, and I didn't really have contact much with her after, but it was just, I don't know, I guess she was led to take me out for ice cream and say that, which I'm glad she did. It was a very, I remember it very clearly.
Yeah, excellent. So how about in your life now, since you've moved away, what resources do you have?
In what way? What do you mean? Like,
Well, to support you in being who you are now, to support you in being authentic.
Anton is a good resource,
Uh-huh.
very supportive, and tells it like it is, and very loving, and I would say he would be a resource.
Mm-hmm. And so what else? Because you really have changed a lot from what you're describing, right? You
And
are,
I've changed a lot since you met me.
yeah, okay, yeah. And so, I mean, just from the outside, you seem pretty authentic. So I'm just wondering where, how will you know that, like, so you're saying that there's still some stuff holding you back. There's these emotions and stuff. So how will you know when that's gone?
When I can be like other people and express when my boundaries have been crossed, and when I can like show my blooper reel to people. Like, to me, I do a rare video here and there, but it's always, the perfect hair and makeup and background and everything, and not like the messy hair, the tripped over something, or messy house, or
Right.
all the human normal things
Yeah.
just seem to be like, it's not safe to be real. It's not safe to be imperfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So I guess we're kind of ready to go. Is there anything specifically that we haven't covered that you wanted to talk about?
No, I don't think so.
And so, how are you going to know when it's done?
When it's like, first reaction is to like speak my truths, like to state my boundaries, or to say when things are not perfect or not good.
Right.
Like, it's that, I guess it's a limiting belief that only positive emotions are okay, that negative emotions are not acceptable.
Uh-huh. And so then, um, is there a sensation that you'll be feeling, like, in terms of your body, when it's okay, when you can be yourself?
Yeah, I think that it would help with my skin issues, and with the pins and needles, and the, when I can express what I'm feeling, good and bad, or bad especially in this case, that my skin won't feel like it has to do the expressing for me.
Okay, yeah, great. Perfect. So we're ready to go.
Okay. Can you still see me? Do I need to adjust this?
No, you're perfect.
Good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, actually, yeah, if you could move it down a little bit. And
Sure, this is a new a new holder here. Let's see here. One sec. How about that?
yep, that's that's good. Okay, so then just let yourself just relax and let go. Just being in that space, just notice the feel of the chair underneath you. Being aware of the sensation of your breath moving through you and clothes in your body. You can feel the earbuds in your ears. You can hear my voice. And there may be other sounds that you're aware of around you. And any sound you hear from inside or outside of your room can just help you to relax more and more. Because the only sound that's important to you right now is the sound of my voice. As you just relax and let go. That's right. Just go ahead and relax and let go. And first, I'd like to speak to your conscious mind. And I'd like to thank your conscious mind for being here today. Because your conscious mind has decided that it's time for you to go ahead and release those filters inside that have been holding you back from being authentic. Your conscious mind has decided it's time for you to stand in your own truth, in your own power, strong and healthy. And so your conscious mind has brought you here to go ahead and release those old limitations. And now that you're here, your conscious mind has done its job, and it's done it well. And so now, if you just invite your conscious mind just to drop down inside, just to go all the way down inside to that very special place where your unconscious mind lives. And I'm honored by the presence of your unconscious mind because all learning, all behavior, and all change is unconscious. And it is your unconscious mind that's the storehouse of all of your emotions and all of your beliefs. And your unconscious mind has been waiting a long time to let go of those limiting beliefs, for you to remember who you are, to allow yourself to express and experience emotion, to release all of those pent-up emotions. And so your unconscious mind has been working to do that and is excited today to go ahead and complete those changes. And so if you just invite your conscious and your unconscious minds to join, and then to drop even deeper down inside to that very sacred space, to your inner core, where your higher self resides. And I'm humbled by the presence of your higher self, because it is your higher self that is your perfection, that is your very essence, where pure love, peace resides. And your higher self has been waiting a long, long time to just go ahead and reconnect, to shine out, for you to be. It is your higher self that is your authentic self. And so if you just invite all three to merge together, blending together so that at all times, conscious, unconscious, and higher conscious minds can work in concert, can work in partnership, all being present at all times. That's right. And just go ahead and allow that to take place. And now, if you just imagine yourself to be standing comfortably and safely on the top of a hill, just noticing the vegetation that's on the hill with you, being aware of the sensation of your feet on the ground, and imagine, if you will, a bright blue sky above with a warm, glowing sun shining down. Very good. Very good. And you may want to just slowly turn around so that every inch of your body is warmed and relaxed by the sun. That's right. Very good. Very good. And in a moment, I'm going to count backwards from 10 to 1. And with each count, I'd like you to imagine yourself to be walking down the hill. And as you walk down the hill with each count, just imagine yourself to be relaxing more and more. So that by the time I reach the count of 1, you'll find yourself at the bottom of the hill, totally relaxed. That's right. Very good. Very good. Number 10, starting to go down now. Going down, down, down. More relaxed, more relaxed. 9, deeper, deeper, deeper. Just letting go. More relaxed, more relaxed. Number 8, down, down, down. 7, deeper and deeper. Just allowing any thoughts that come into your mind to just float on by, as if they're on a bus that you don't care to catch. 6, more relaxed, more relaxed. 5, just letting go. Deeper, deeper, deeper. Number 4, down, down, down. 3, almost at the bottom of the hill. More relaxed, more relaxed. 2, just letting go. And 1, at the bottom of the hill, totally relaxed. That's right. Very good. Very good. And just looking around yourself there at the bottom of the hill, you can discover a comfortable place where you can just let go. And as you relax there, imagine your body to be totally supported by whatever it is that you're lying upon. Very good. And then just imagine yourself to float way up high above your timeline. All the way up above your timeline, looking way up high above your timeline, so that you can look down and see the timeline down below you, noticing the past, the present, and the future all along that great continuum of time, just way up high. And as you float up there, just become aware of its color and texture, noticing any differences between how it appears now and how it appeared the last time that you saw it. And as you just float up there, just describe to me how it appears today.
It looks like the railroad track.
Great. And is it the same in the past as in the future?
No. No. It's like lighter where I am now.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like darker in the past and the future.
Right. Great. So then, just staying up above there, I'd like to ask your unconscious mind, where the source event of this issue around it not being okay to express your emotions, this shutting down of those authentic emotions, authentic experience, where that first began, would that have been from before, during, or after your birth? Where did it first begin? Just if you were to know, what's your sense?
After.
At about what age?
Three.
Great. So then just staying up above that event, float all the way back to age 3. All the way back to age 3 until you stop right up above that event, just going all the way back. All the way back. That's right. Just floating back until you just stop there right up above the event. And just let me know when you're there. Just floating back. Floating all the way back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what emotion's present there?
Anger, fear, a lot of both.
Sorry? A lot of both? Is that what you
Mm-hmm.
said? Yeah. Yeah. What's that anger and fear about? Stay up above it. Stay way up high above it. And what's that about?
I'm being beaten, and if I am loud, then I get more, and only stop if I don't express emotion.
Right. Stay up above there, recognizing that that's perfectly clear how you connected with this issue now. So just be way up above there and back up. And it's okay now for you to express that emotion. Let all of that anger and fear come out. Just be right up above it. Back up. Back up. Allow that little girl to open up all of those spaces inside where she'd locked that away. Just back up and let it out. Let her scream and yell and rant and rave and do whatever she needs to just let it go. Way up high above and before it happened. Just back up. Just back up. Let it all go. Because that was then and this is now. And it's only appropriate for all of that energy, that anger, and that fear to leave. Just let it go. Just let it go. Good. Good. And what are you noticing now?
I lit the whole place on fire.
All right. That was a lot of anger, wasn't it? Yeah. So now go closer to that memory. Go closer to the memory as it was. So you being beaten there. And what are you noticing there now?
It's not in color anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's like gray, like
Mm-hmm.
like it's not. The memory isn't alive.
Okay. So in the on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being maximum and 1 being or 0 being nothing, what is the level of the anger and fear there now?
Yeah, it's not there. It went up in smoke.
Okay. So then just go back just before that happened, just where things were getting to that point where the beating was going to take place, and check out the emotion there.
I was in a different place.
Yeah, good. Now stay up above it. Stay up above it. And where are you feeling that in your body?
In my chest.
Great. Okay, so back up again, and let it go. This time, just let it go. Don't burn anything. Just let it go. Just stay way up high above and before it happened and back up. And let it go. Recognizing that those emotions were totally natural, that you were in a situation that where you weren't allowed in any way to express yourself, and that it's okay now to let it go, to let yourself release all of that was locked away. Just let it all go. Just back up. That's it. Just back up. Let it go. Releasing it out from every cell of your body. Just let all of that just disappear. That's right. Letting it go from every atom. Even releasing from the spaces between the atoms as you just let it go. Let it go. Opening up body, mind, and spirit to just release all of that. That's right. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Just let it all go. Just let it all go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it all go. And what are you noticing now?
It's like a big dam of water broke and it washed all of the fear away from all of those events.
Good. So then go closer to that one again. Go closer to that second event, and that was just before the first, and just let me know what emotion's present there now.
It's peaceful there now.
Great. And so now just go earlier again. Go earlier again to see what's present there.
I was showing off to my friends walking along the railing by the stairs.
Mm-hmm. Great. Any emotion there?
Yeah.
Great. Good. So then just go ahead and just being up above that second event where the emotion was, just go down and get inside your body and check it out there. What are you noticing inside your body?
It's like safety instead of panic.
Great. Excellent. So just get up above there. And as you're up above, imagine an infinite source of healing and loving light to be pouring in through the top of your head. And as more and more light pours in, imagine the pressure to build around your heart area until that light bursts right out of your heart, sending it down there to your parents and anyone else that happens to be present in that event. Just filling them with healing, loving light. And you may notice there may be a reaction to that light, but that's okay. Just send them that light. And as you send them the light, just recognizing the importance of releasing all of those old resentments and being at peace with your past. Repeat the messages to them. I love you. I forgive you. I release you. So that you can all be free. I love you. I forgive you. I release you. And just let me know when that's complete.
Yeah.
Great. Good. And so then just go down there and take that you, that young 3-year-old in your arms. And just say all of the things that she needed to hear back there. Just let her know that it's okay now for her to connect with her emotions, to allow them to be, to let them be expressed. It's okay for her to be authentic. And let her know how much you love her and how perfect she is. And just let me know when that's complete.
Yeah. It's complete.
Great. And then when you're ready, just bring her inside of you so that she can grow up inside of you to become the mature woman that you are today. Opening up all of the pathways, bringing with her that ability to be authentic, that freedom of all of those old emotions and conditions that were locked away. Spreading out into every cell of your body, bringing that freedom to be you, expanding. And let me know when that's complete.
Yeah.
Great. Good. So then bring her inside of you now. Oh, you've done that. So just float up above there now. Just come all the way up above and start coming back towards now. Just stopping at that event just after this one where you started today and check that event out. See how that is now.
Yeah, it's good.
Great. So then coming forward to the next time that there was a beating and you were needing to be quiet, and let me know when you're there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great. And so what are you noticing in that now?
Well, I see it, but it doesn't make me upset.
No? And what are you feeling in your body as you look at it?
Mm. It still feels like tight in my chest.
Right. So go enter there into your chest. And as you enter into that space, what are you noticing there?
Like clay.
You're noticing clay? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So enter into that clay. Enter into that clay, and what do you notice inside of that?
Very thick.
Mm-hmm. Is there any motion there?
I don't know, it's like mud. It's like a stuckness.
Uh-huh.
It's like a frustration.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. So drop through that frustration. Go through that stuckness. And what do you notice underneath that? Let's go all the way through that. What's underneath that?
It's just regular dirt.
Mm. And what emotions in there?
It's like a darkness, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So enter into that darkness, and what are you noticing in that?
It's like a sort of depressed feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So go into that and drop down through it, and what's underneath that depression?
It's kind of like a sand going through an hourglass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as you enter into that space with the hourglass, what are you noticing inside that?
It's like going around and around, it's like being sucked into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So go through that. Go through that being sucked into that, going around, that circulation. Go through that. What's underneath that?
It's so weird.
Yeah. What emotions in there?
It's like a falling through the cracks, sort of
Right.
uh,
Yeah. Just go right through that. Fall through the cracks, and what's on the other side of that?
water.
Yeah. And what do you notice in that space with the water?
It's nice.
What
It's
emotion?
flowy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
flowing.
it's
Yeah.
flowy.
What emotions are there?
It's peaceful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So enter into that space even deeper. And what's there? Is there anything different in there?
It's lighter.
Mm-hmm. So keep moving. And what are you noticing as you get deeper in there?
It just gets lighter and lighter.
And what emotions are in there?
Peace and love.
Yeah, exactly. And this is your core. This is your essence. And all of that clay and mud and dirt and the hourglass, all of that was preventing this from fully coming out. But this is who you are. And this was not recognized by many in your childhood. Although it seems that lady, when you're going off to boarding school, was able to recognize it. And so it's time for this to come out fully, because then you can stand in your own truth, stand in your own light. So just let this energy from that light, that watery light, let that expand up. Let it grow and spread out, coming all the way up to your heart area and out to your entire body. As you just become filled with this comfort and this peace, this love, calmness, expanding, spreading. That's right. Very good. And as it fills your body, notice how that energy can spread out outside of you, as that energy, that essence of you, shines out beyond your body, out to the world outside. recognizing that this has been your mission for a long time to shine that light. And it's for that reason that you moved into the areas that you have in your growth and your learning. And it's time for you to be fully actualized with that. So just let that totally spread out, expanding all the way out. And just let me know when that's done.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Excellent. Good. So now, just coming up above there, start coming back towards now. Again, noticing all of those times where there used to be that anger and fear and it was suppressed, wasn't allowed to be. And now you can notice that all of that locked away anger and fear is gone. If there's anywhere it's not gone, just stop and let me know. Otherwise, stop at a time in elementary school where that was present and let me know when you're there.
Mm-hmm.
Great. And how old are you there?
8.
Good. And what emotions are present down there?
It's okay down there.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So go get inside your body. Just check it out.
Yeah, it's okay.
Perfect. Good. So then just come forward to a time in junior high. Just check that out.
Mm-hmm.
And how does it appear there?
That's good there.
And is this before you went to the boarding school?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then just come forward into high school and check it out there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So then just continue coming back towards now. Again, noticing all of those times where you used to be suppressing that anger and fear, where it wasn't okay for you to be authentic. And now it is. And if there's any place where it's not, just stop and let me know. Otherwise, let me know when you're up above now with it all gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're above now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you remember the last time where this was an issue for you, where you didn't feel that it was okay for you to be authentic, where the anger wasn't okay to be expressed or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. And check that out. Get inside your body there, and what do you notice?
I have more strength, like inner strength.
Mm-hmm. And so is there, sorry?
It's okay to express to say what my boundaries are.
Mm-hmm. Great. And then check out in the past when you were doing something public, maybe in your blog, maybe in the interviews that you've been doing, or that kind of thing, and just see if there's any place there that you are editing yourself in an unhealthy way, editing what you're saying.
No, there's more freedom there.
Mm-hmm. Great. Recognizing that it is natural to and appropriate to edit some things. It's just not your authenticity. So do you know the difference between what's comfortable for you and what isn't?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Great. So then just going out into the future, check out a time in the future where you're maybe doing some kind of presentation or something like that, and just see how that feels out there.
Yeah. Using more words.
Mm-hmm. And how's it feel?
Good.
Yeah. Excellent. Good. So then, now if you would enter inside of your body, go into that space inside that is the source of this issue with your skin. Go into wherever it is in your body that this issue with your skin begins, and let me know when you're there.
Actually, I have to use the bathroom.
Okay, so then take a
I'll
break.
be back in a minute.
Yeah, okay. Some of that, as you give yourself permission and allow it to be released. Now, I'm just noticing, I'm going to take an aside here that I paused the recording when you went to the bathroom and I didn't start it again. So,
Okay.
so I'm going to just backtrack.
Okay.
Okay, so just as you go inside of yourself to that source of the skin issue, going all the way down there into that source, what do you notice there?
That my hands are like skeletons that clasped together, and just feel the bones, and then it feels really horrible. That's what
And
when I had night terrors when I was a kid, that's what I did. That's what I felt.
That's what you felt, yeah. So what's their message to you? What do those hands want to tell you?
That something was getting under my skin.
Mm. Yeah. And that, is there anything around safety, whether it was okay to express that?
It wasn't okay back then.
Right, right. But it is now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So what would you need to do in your life now in order to allow that expression to take place?
To give myself permission to say when something's bothering me, or to speak my truth, or to
Right.
be authentic.
Yeah. And is that okay to give yourself permission? Or is there danger in that?
No, it's okay.
You're sure?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then what needs to happen with these hands? What do you need to do in that space in your body so that the energy can open up for all of that energy that was underneath your skin to release in a safe, comfortable way now?
Like maybe washing my hands.
Mm. Okay, so just go ahead and wash them. Let that happen and see if that meets the need.
Yeah, it definitely loosens everything up.
Mm-hmm. Great. So now just check it out in that space again to see if there's anything else that needs to be done there to open up that energy.
It's just filling it was my grandma's house. I was filling it with light too.
Hmm. So what was your grandma's house where the hands were?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Great. So let me know when that's done.
that's done.
Great. Anything else?
Just filling some other events with light too.
Great. So before you filled those events with light, was there a negative energy in them?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that energy?
Oh, it was just events. Like
Yeah.
I was woken up at 5 a.m. and put in a cold shower.
Yeah. So as you think about that, is there still a negative emotion there?
No.
No. Okay. So then continue with sending the light. Just you want to check out any memories where there's still a negative emotion. We want to make sure we clear the emotion before sending the light.
Okay. There isn't any more with that.
Okay.
With that hands issue.
Okay. So then would you do whatever you need to do to open up the channels inside your body for those toxins, that heat, that uh, irritation, whatever it is in your body. Open up all the pathways from wherever in your body to wash that away. Clearing all of those old channels from the physical as well as the emotional. Taking all the time you need to just cleanse your body.
Okay.
Right. And so what are you noticing in your body now?
It's like a light blue energy
Right.
everywhere.
Okay. So now, if you go to one of those spots on your body where there is the eczema or whatever, go to that spot and just check it out. And what are you noticing there?
Well, it's my lower legs, but it was always my hands, like my fingernails that were scratching them open.
Uh-huh.
But now my hands don't want to do that anymore.
Okay. So then go check out though in your lower legs if the condition that's causing it is cleared. So just enter into that space in your lower leg, and what do you notice in there?
I don't notice anything.
So when you go into that spot that used to be itchy, or maybe still is, what do you see there?
Well, it's like a patch.
Uh-huh. And as you enter that patch, what emotion is present in there?
It's like my mom had the same kind of patch too.
Uh-huh.
It's like it's hers.
It's hers. Yeah. And so what emotion is that?
It's like a shame or guilt.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. So drop down through that shame or guilt. Go right down through that, and what's underneath that?
Like, I don't know, healthy skin.
Hmm. Great. Well, enter into that healthy skin, and what do you notice there?
It feels better.
Yeah. Great. So go down through that healthy skin, and what's underneath that?
Like muscles.
Mm-hmm. And what emotion is in there?
Like a not good enough.
Hmm. Right. Yeah. So go down through that not good enough. Drop through that, and what's underneath that?
Like a bone.
Uh-huh. And what emotion is inside that?
I don't know.
What's your sense?
Like a rejection.
Mm, right. So go through that. Drop through that rejection. And what's on the other side of that?
Just like evaporated.
What evaporated?
The bone. Like it's like
Oh,
there's nothing there now.
good. So go through that nothing. What's on the other side of that?
Like stars.
Stars. Right.
Mm.
And what do those stars enter into that space, and what do you notice there?
It's like really big, like universe big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's infinite, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's you. You're infinite. And those other, issues or structures that have been holding you back from being free and clean are just illusions. All of that negativity is just an illusion. That guilt and shame is just an illusion that began even not being yours. And so let the infinite universe spread out so that even your body, even your skin, can be infinitely clear and clean, infinitely loving and peaceful. Just expanding that up all the way up to that, where that patch was on your legs. That's right. Good. And just let me know when that's complete.
It's complete.
Great. Excellent. So what are you noticing now?
Oh, my body feels a lot better. Like picturing myself doing yoga.
Great. Excellent. So then just floating up above your timeline again. Just start floating out along the future end of your timeline. Way out beyond the future end of your timeline into that bright light. Just go ahead and enter into the light so that your body can dissolve into the light. As you are the light, and the light is you. You are the light, and the light is you. And imagine the light to start to grow and expand in size until you spread out to become as large as the room that you're in, expanding out to your city, out to all of Manitoba. You are the light, and the light is you. And still the light grows, expanding out even farther. The light spreads out eastward into Ontario, Quebec, and the Maritimes, west into Saskatchewan, Alberta, British Columbia, north into Northwest Territories, Nunavut, Yukon, till the light embraces the entire country of Canada. And still the light grows as you expand down, all the way down through the United States, into Mexico, down through Central America and South America, expanding across the Atlantic Ocean to Africa and Europe, through Asia and the Middle East, all the way around the Pacific Ocean, until you embrace our entire planet, Mother Earth. And still the light grows, Expanding even farther, the light spreads out to the sun and the moon, to Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Pluto, Uranus, Saturn, Neptune, until the light embraces our entire solar system. Expanding out to the solar systems beyond that, to Alpha Centauri and the Pleiades, and out to the far reaches of our galaxy, the Milky Way. And even farther still, as you expand out to the galaxies beyond ours, and the galaxies beyond that, and the galaxies beyond that, until you become as infinitely large as the universe, and even larger still, and even larger still. And imagine the thinnest shell of your body to form around the light, containing the entire light inside. And just as all of the stars and the planets of the universe revolve and vibrate in perfect harmony, so too does your body now reform itself in perfect harmony in light of the release of all of that negativity, in light of the release of all of that anger and fear that had been locked inside, and your reconnection with healing energy. And as that's taking place, I'm going to chant a couple of the ancient Hawaiian chants. This first chant is a chant calling for your higher self to transform your body, bringing it into balance. Nohona Geguigana Heli Heli Ilaya Tadiohu Dabakako Hina Kinamalawi Kalani Malueho Hulumai on a Karikahu Wow Wow No Vahihe. And this next chant is an incantation summoning enlightenment. And enlightenment is igniting the flame that's inside of you as you reconnect with your own light, as you remember your magnificence. And part of this chant says, flow that which I desire, the nourishing milk of life, descending like water from the breasts of light, so that I may enjoy peace and tranquility and savor its strength and vitality. Indeed, fill me up with your fragrance, thou water of life. Spread out from the heavens and pierce me. Pierce me, strike me with the flash of light, causing the flame to rise, filling me with joy. Kalkalia Igamanava Hemo Iko Ho Alana O Halani O Gale Heme Manue Kanine Ike Guivi Ke Kulon Guma Halahu Keke Yuga Yuga Hoe Ame Oe Lage E Kan Heli Ho Kana no Yiku Ke Kulon no E Hoe Maya E Ay, ay, yeah. Very good. And so just floating back to the future end of your timeline. Holding your hands outstretched towards your timeline, sending electric bolts of healing, loving light into your timeline. Creating a magnificent, brilliant future of yourself. Future of your dreams. That's right. And as you send that light, I'd like to ask your unconscious mind to create at least 1,000 pictures of you living that life, standing in your truth, being authentic, connected, whole, loving, balanced. At least 1,000 pictures. And as you continue creating those pictures, just allow the light to go right past now, clearing out any remaining negativity in the past, so that you now have the kind of past that totally supports you in standing in your own light and being the magnificent person that you are. That's right. Very good. And as you're completing that, when it's done, just start coming back towards now, sprinkling all of those 1,000 or more pictures down like stardust into the timeline, creating a bright, sparkling, healthy future for yourself, future of your dreams, until you stop right up above now, dropping into your body right here in this room, rearranging your timeline in whatever way is most comfortable for you, allowing all of the changes to integrate at the deepest levels of your body, your mind, and your spirit. And when that's complete, it would be okay if you just go ahead and open up your eyes and go on back to this room.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, how are you doing?
Yeah, feeling very, very peaceful, very, very good in my body, especially like right over here. It feels like something is like very light. That used to be very heavy.
Nice. Have you been to any of those spaces before in your other journeys?
Not that I recall.
Okay. Yeah. And so as you think about your childhood now, just thinking about that needing to shut down in order to survive, how does that seem now?
It makes sense. It's all sort of, I don't know. It looks different now. Like it's sort of, I don't know if glazed over or washed over, but somehow cleaned in some way.
Is there any sense of that anger still? That fear?
Not that I know of.
Yeah. Cool. So if there is, you'll find out later. And continue the journey. Now, in terms of the healing work that we did with your body, what you might find useful is remember the waterfall meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that if you just do that, and that could be really useful. For the next little while, just doing it regularly, just to get, keep clearing out the spaces where that the anger was, and opening the pathways up for that healing energy. Okay. So I don't know if you have that, but maybe I'll just put it on our SOF website.
Okay.
So that could be available to everybody.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Good. So anything else that you're thinking about? That any other comments about the session? Anything that seems unfinished or?
No, well, I'm just hoping that like, and I'm feeling that like what we did today is going to help me with my like eating habits, exercise habits, and meditation habits.
Yeah,
Like you say, a
yeah,
client is only a client if they're.
yeah.
What is your quote
If,
on that again?
I don't know.
Like it has to do with meditation.
Well, it's like you have to take action.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the client's responsibility is to take action and think it the way they want, right?
Nice.
Yeah. So follow through on that stuff, right? To do what you need to do to move forward. And
All
so
right.
part of that is continuing to challenge yourself, right? To go into those interviews and those, blog experiences and keep putting yourself out there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, which I don't think you needed to be asked to do because you seem to be pretty focused on it. Is that my
You'd be
illusion?
surprised.
Yeah. 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 Well,
People make things look easy, even if they're not.
uh, yeah. Well, good. Because you want to be pushing, right?
Okay.
Expanding. Yeah. Cool. So anything else from your end?
I just feel like I need to go journal a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.